Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more. Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here, and now Sony has been truly awesome. They've given me hands-on time with a prototype of their Z4 tablet, complete with its keyboard dock. This really excited us at MWC. I did a whole video on how much I love the idea of hardware and software marrying together in keyboard docks to enhance productivity. Now I've got this in, I can tell you a few more bits about it. Installed a ton of applications on there, and well, let's get to it. You can see design-wise, this has a laptop folding form factor. It does come apart, so we can just split the two. It's quite a strong magnetic connection right there. The tablet itself has a quad HD display, 10 inches of it, so really decent picture quality as well. Incredibly bright too. 6.1 millimeters thin. It is a waif. As far as the key design highlights go, on the right hand side you can see an exposed micro USB connector. That means that there's no flap, so there's no magnetic dock connector at the bottom. On the left hand side you've got a power button and a volume rocker, while up at the top you have a micro SD card slot, expandable by up to 128 gigabytes, and you also have what appears to be a microphone. Front facing, I think it's 5 megapixel camera, rear facing 8 megapixel camera, and all over the back, property of Sony. This is a prototype, and that in itself is pretty cool, I think. So I can then dock it down, and once I dock it down, you can see on screen a few elements have appeared. This is to imbue the whole laptop tablet form factor with an almost Microsoft style start menu, etc. But you don't need to use your fingers. You can actually control it all with a cursor that activates using the trackpad on the keyboard dock itself, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. The keyboard dock is comprised of a standard size keyboard, no numeric pad obviously, but exactly what you'd expect from a dock, and the trackpad controls a few on-screen elements. I'll bring that closer into frame so you can see that involves a start menu with small apps that you can have floating, and we've seen small apps before, but we never really used them because they were never massively accessible. You had to go into multitasking or something. Here it's just a lot more apparent. You can also access recent applications, and you can access your settings and edit a few things. Basically really nice enhancement, but it's more so this that is going to seem instantly familiar. Jump home, you can see as I hover over one of the browsers, had I opened one prior, I'd opened YouTube. You can see it's actually given me a preview of what to expect. So that's just very familiar instantly to anyone who's seen Windows before, when, let's face it, pretty much everybody has. You can populate these with more applications as well, and what's even better is that the trackpad supports 2-finger multi-touch gesture as well. The keyboard itself has some cool shortcuts. You can jump home and multitask and back. All those buttons, which are standard Android buttons, are located on the bottom right hand side next to the directional pad. You can also see standard layout of other buttons, but in the function control, that's where you're going to access things like search, paste, copy and cut, etc., as well as all your media controls and brightness controls. The other nice thing is you can pull down your notifications tray with the bar at the top, so there really is very little need to touch the screen, but there's no reason you can't do both together. The two interact relatively seamlessly. So that's a keyboard dock, and it's definitely something that I cannot wait to get in. More to the point, I really want to use this in my day-to-day life. It's always been a burning question: can Android tablets replace laptops? And no, they can't for a lot of things like video editing, etc. But they definitely may be able to for word processing, so it'd be great to see if this is the best of the best out there. I currently use a Belkin Quad for iPad. The Nexus 9 is okay, the keyboard dock for that. The Microsoft keyboard dock is also really good for smartphones, but this looks to be the most complete solution with the best integrated hardware and software out there. As far as the tablet itself goes, I can prise that off, and you can see it's quite a firm magnet. The screen itself is beautiful, one of the brightest out there. I think it's 500 candela brightness. And what that means is it's just going to be really, really great whether you're outdoors or indoors. The user interface is Android 5.0. I can very quickly, actually, let's not play Dragon Quest because that is landscape. I'll quickly open a video game for you. Single player fighting game. This hasn't got the best graphics, but it's a really vibrant game, and that's going to showcase the LTPS screen and the front facing speakers. So the screen, like I said, is an LCD display, but it's very, very saturated. It looks almost AMOLED-y, and this fighting game should illustrate that pretty nicely. Can't quite get the special move I'm after there, but if I jump out of that, what's great about it is it's really well spec'd as well. So it's not going to be a cheap tablet by any means, and indeed with a keyboard dock it will cost a lot more. We reckon Sony will get these in a bundle, but we haven't seen any confirmation of that yet. But it does have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 processor in there, loaded up with 3 gig of RAM, 32 gig internal memory, LTE on board, and it's going to come with LTE as standard, and it's going to support phone calls as well. There will be a Wi-Fi version available too, but I think Sony's really going to be pushing the LTE version in networks. So like I said, you can also check out the storage, 32 gig onboard, expandable by 1 to 8 gigs. Sony devices in general allow for a huge amount of control over the display. You've got white balance control, and you've got an adaptive display, optimized brightness for light availability. So a few ways you can just make this already great looking tablet even better. Obviously waterproof, like I said, being Sony. Not going to run into any issues on this thing that we can foresee, aside from the fact that the rear camera doesn't have a flash. It's an 8 megapixel sensor, and probably one we've seen before, which is not a good thing because Sony's tablet cameras have tended to perform very, very poorly. But who takes pictures on their tablets? Well, a lot of people do, but they're probably going to get better pictures from their smartphones, and that's what Sony's propagating. That's pretty much the tablet in a nutshell. There's not much else to say beyond the fact that we really want to get one in. If you do have any questions about it, make sure you fire them in the comments section below. If you like the video, click like, and if you like BTech, then you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. That's how you're going to stay on top of everything we do. Make sure you stay on top of our review, which will be coming up as soon as we get an actual review device in. And of course it helps us out massively when you subscribe, because it means we have more subs and we get cool tech like this in sooner from awesome companies like Sony. Thanks for watching BTech.